Howdy y'all. Howdy y'all. Howdy y'all. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about self-love and I'd say self-motivation. As I was journaling, I realized that what self-motivation and what self-love comes from, where it starts, how it flourishes, how it strives, how it thrives, is by loving yourself. You need to love yourself in order to grow, in order to find that motivation in yourself. You need to know yourself, you need to understand yourself, you need to learn yourself, you need to know who you are. I wrote down this little short paragraph and I want to talk about it. So here it is. Everyone is out there doing something for them. You see that gym person, rockin' bod, confident, gym educated, motivated, dedicated. Well, that didn't just happen overnight. That didn't just happen in a week. This happened from them because they didn't give up despite the world. Despite the feelings of pain, tiredness, discouragement. They kept going because that was their hard work paying off. It's their hard work oozing. And to be honest, you don't know what it took for them to get there. But you'll know whatever it was that was stopping them. They kept going. They fought past it, and you can too. You can ignore the ways of the world. Tune out the world and find that self-love. I think that most people, when they're trying to find motivation and trying to find a reason to get up and go, and this is everything in life. This is all around life itself. How are we going to motivate ourselves to get up for the day? How are we going to motivate ourselves to go out and wash your car? How are you going to motivate yourself to go to the gym? How are you going to motivate yourself to do the laundry? How are you going to motivate yourself to get out of the house sometimes? To get out of bed? All that stems from self-love. Now, on a Christian point of view, it does stem from God. If you don't love yourself, you should seek God. He knows what's best for you. If you're not a believer in the Lord and His ways and His teaching, I strongly recommend you doing so. With the way this world is now, we need motivation to keep going. We need that motivation to keep striving for a better you, a better self. What are you going to do? What are you going to do to get there? How are you going to motivate yourself? Well, first you have to love yourself. You have to love yourself enough to say, hey, I got this. I feel bad right now, but in the end, I'm going to get there. Most people will think that they need to love themselves before they start out their journey. They'll say, oh, after I have my gym body, like my perfect body, my inspiration, my goal, I'll love myself. But that's not the case. That's not the case at all. If you want to use the idea of, oh, I need to be at my goal to love myself, I'll love myself when I reach my goal. If you need that to be your motivation, then by all means use it. But that's still a form of loving yourself. That is still a form of saying, hey, I deserve better than what I'm at. I want better for myself. I need this. That is forms and acts of love for yourself. I mean, doing so for your friends, doing so for your families, doing things out of the kindness of your heart despite what you're feeling, that is forms of love, is it not? So the fact that you want to strive for better for yourself is proving to yourself that you love yourself. You need to love your body, you need to love your mind, you need to love your thoughts. You need to wake up and say, hey, I got this. I can do this because I love myself and I want better for me. Any type of motivation to get you out of bed is motivation, of course. We all need to practice loving ourselves. For the longest time, I didn't love myself. For the longest time, I didn't think that I was deserving of love. I thought that, hey, I'm too cringe for this world. I'm too weird. People find me weird. People don't text me. People don't reach out to me. People this, people that. But then I learned that I'm me. There's a point something billion people in this world. And I'm doing me. I walk down the street and I see a person walking their dog. And I look at them and they have a whole family. They have a whole life. They have a whole basket full of insecurities, full of doubts, full of fear, full of discouragement. They have a whole basket of it in themselves, as do all of us. All of us have baggage. All of us have these feelings of insecurities, of resentment. We all feel these things. So once I figured out that, hey, people are feeling these things too. There's so many lives out there. Then I shifted my focus and I'm not gonna do this for anyone else. There's too many people out there, you know? I'm not gonna be a people pleaser. In my journal last night, I was writing and I wanted to share this with you. I was gonna post it on my TikTok, but I want to share it here. I'll probably still post it there too. It's just something I want to talk about. The title of it is Loving Yourself. You can watch all the motivational videos and still not feel power or the feeling of motivation. The issue isn't that the video sucked or the video wasn't meant for you. The true power, the true motivation, the truth behind each and every successful person, the key to being motivated, the flame that sparks the drive and willpower in all of us is to love yourself, finding yourself. It's putting your needs above what you're feeling, thinking. Loving yourself enough to do it anyways. To push back against every fear, doubt, and negative energy. Loving yourself will lead you to who you are by showing you that you're worth the struggle, the battles, the tiredness, that you're worth it. That you're worth it to put yourself to someone you've been aching to be. Put yourself first. Choose to be someone you've been aching to be, and soon your spark will grow so big that all you are, not the failure, not the boring, ugly, annoying, the nobody you thought you were, but you'll grow into someone that you never thought you were able to become. There's only one you, and God never makes mistakes. Loving yourself can come before having your dream body, or until you reach this goal, or until whenever. No, you have to love yourself before the finished product. Because the truth is, we are never not growing or changing. You gotta find that feeling you get when you're doubtful or scared or embarrassed, or when these voices are telling you that you can't do it. That feeling you get is where you start your journey to love yourself. When you get that feeling, to remember that if it's not a good feeling, it's not meant for you. Just like when you get a injury, it wasn't meant to happen. When you get a shot or when you're feeling sick, they're not good feelings, right? It's not a pleasant experience. Well, what do we do when you aren't having a pleasant experience? Or a pleasant feeling? You heal. You recover. And you get stronger. You grow, you learn. It's the same with your heart. If you don't know the right step in that direction, ask and seek God, and He knows the way. He knows the way for you, the best way to get through this. That is your base point. It is the foundation of which you build on. But what's going to separate you from them is your foundation is solid. Love yourself to put yourself first. Love yourself so much. For 21 years, I didn't love myself. For 21 years, I was motivated. Of course, I've always had that self-motivation inside myself. But for 21 years, I struggled. I struggled so much with what I wanted and who I wanted to become. I didn't know any goals, and if I had a goal, I got discouraged very easily. And I lost track, and I had to restart over and over again. And the tactics of the motivational speeches, the quotes I would read, this, that, yeah, they were there. The motivation inside that was there. But sometimes those motivational quotes, those motivational videos, the talks, the speeches, the friends backing me up, it wasn't enough. it wasn't enough because I didn't love myself. I didn't like how I looked, and that led to anxiety going to the gym. I didn't like how I looked, so that led to me thinking that people didn't even like looking at me, or I wasn't attractive enough to go out with them, or I got discouraged because a guy would hit on my friends and not me, or that I was too weird and too goofy, too cringy. I've been told some hurtful things about my appearance. I've been told some things about my personality, and I let those things affect me. I let the people who weren't good for me control me. Why? Why did I let that happen? Because I didn't love myself. I didn't know where I fit into this world. My whole life, even today, I have friends. I don't have a group of girls I can go out with and talk to, hang out with. I don't have a group chat full of girls that I'm just Snapchatting every day or texting every day or getting advice from. I've never had that. And I never understood why. I never understood what I did wrong. Or was it my personality? Was it my looks? Was it something I said? Is it because I don't fit in with them? My point at what I'm getting is I have all of these different friend groups that now know who I am and they love me for it. And I've had to cut people off because once I started learning to love myself, I knew who wasn't right for me and who was going to help me get to my goals and who wasn't. And I'm still learning to love myself. The steps I took to loving myself was I put it in my journal, figuring myself out. And I think every single one of you should do the same. If you're lacking motivation, if you're lacking inspiration, if you're lacking enjoyment of life, if you're lacking anything that's stopping you from reaching your goals or reaching your full potential, I suggest asking yourself questions, spending more time with yourself. And if you're a loner already, do you know yourself? Do you know who you are when you're out and about? Do you know your morals? Do you know what you like, what you enjoy? Do you love yourself? In my journal, I have a title saying Figuring Myself Out. I'll read you one. I'll read you the first one, actually. This was February 1st, 2025. I labeled it Figure Myself Out number 2. The question is, what are you holding on to that's holding you back? And this was my answer. And I haven't even read this, so we're in for a treat. The people in my life, some friends, even some family, the ones who affect my mental health in a negative way, I just need to let them go. But I can't seem to, because what if I'm the difference in their life that they need? What if I'm alone? Or it was the wrong choice? What if they're meant to teach me a lesson? Then at the bottom, a few spaces after that paragraph, I said, "This is a full send moment. Gotta take that risk." Wow, look at me. That's crazy. That was over a year ago. This is a full send moment for each and every single one of you. To figure yourself out. Take the risk. It is so worth the reward. Look at me. We're living in a time today that we need love. And the best way to spread love is to know yourself and love yourself. And to be the best version of yourself that you can be for everyone else. And for you. And for the people who say, "Oh, I do everything on my own. I don't need people. I don't need this. I don't need that." We all need people. We all need connections. It's how we're genetically designed. So what are you lacking? What are you holding on to that's holding you back? I hope this video helped you in some type of way. Kind of all over the place. But take a risk for you and love yourself and learn yourself and grow with yourself. And that goal that you're chasing, it'll still be there no matter what. You can love yourself along the way. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. There's definitely going to be more videos like this coming up. I'm still learning. This is still a learning curve, but I was at church today and this is what God wants me to do. Yeehaw.